Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, September 16th and I am 60-ish% into Out, which is a thriller that I'm having mixed feelings about, but like overall I'm enjoying it. Like overall the feelings are positive. There are just like a couple things that I'm not obsessed with, like I'm not loving it, but also like I am very invested in the story. So, I am overall enjoying it and I do plan to finish it this week. And then I want to start a book for another video, which is The Gilded Ones, which is a fantasy book. I think it's the first in a trilogy, possibly. And yeah, I'm excited to start that. And I showed the previous vlog that I bought this book last weekend, 2 days ago. But today, in the morning before going to work, I went to the post office to get a book that was there waiting for me, and that was The Mercy of Gods, which is the first book in the Captives War series. And it's sci-fi, and it's from the same authors as the Expanse series, which is one of my favorite series that I finished very recently. So I am so excited to read this book. I almost want to drop everything and just read this book, which I could, because there's literally no one here to stop me, but I shouldn't. But I want to. I really, really, really want to read this book. Also, it's shorter than I expected. It's 422 pages. I was expecting I don't know, 500, 600. So yeah, definitely shorter than I expected, but also the book itself is pretty big, you know? So there's that, but also the font is pretty big, in a good way, because the font in this book is tiny, very, very, very tiny. So yeah, also none of them are floppy. I mean, neither, because there's two of them. Neither of them are floppy, which is sad, but they're beautiful, and I'm excited to read both of them. And yeah, it's 11 p.m. I have, already had a full day. I've gone to work, and then I've had classes from 5 to 8, which sucked. That was horrible. Having classes after work, hate that for me. But yeah, it's gonna be like that this week and then next week. And then after that, I have the evaluation for this course, which is a presentation and an exam. And I was also gonna have a presentation for the lab meeting at my work that week. But thankfully, the schedule was actually changed. So I'm not gonna be presenting that week, which I'm very thankful for. And yeah, my allergies are acting up because there are so many fires going on around this area. Actually, it's a little south from here, so it's not too bad here. But where I'm from, it's really, 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 really bad. My mom sent me a photo this morning, and the sky was literally black. It's so bad. It smells like smoke. It smells like smoke here, but there it's terrible. So yeah, that sucks. And I mean, when I say it sucks, not for me, it sucks for people whose houses are burning, and people who are trying to put out the fires, and people who have already died in the fires. And yeah, that sucks, especially because they're not natural fires. They're fires that people create. So yeah, that sucks, and it happens every year. So yeah, but yeah, that's why I'm very sniffly. I already took my meds, my stronger meds, but they usually take a few days to work. So probably gonna be like this for a few days, which I'm already tired because working classes, but when my allergies are acting up, I get extra tired. And also the meds, supposedly they make you sleepier. I don't think they make me sleepier, but in general they make people sleepier. So I'm extra tired. And yeah, that's it. I think that's everything that I had to say for this intro. So yeah, my reading plans are finish out, start the Gilded Ones, and then I want to start, hopefully, if I have time, because this week is chaotic, another thriller as well. And also tomorrow I'm gonna be at the biobank like all day, which also really sucks. Like this week is gonna be terrible. So yay. I don't even know, like I was planning on doing like the last weekly vlogs that I did were actually like 2-week vlogs because I wasn't reading that much, and I thought that finally I was gonna make like just a weekly vlog, but these 2 weeks are gonna be so like chaotic and full that I don't really know. I guess I'm gonna decide like during the weekend if I have enough content for a video. But yeah, now that is everything that I had to say, and welcome to the vlog. Hello, it's Thursday and I am so tired. Today was chaotic. I just sent my friend like audio messages telling her what happened, and I sent her like 1 minute and 30 seconds messages. So there's that. But before we get into what happened today, I have reading updates, and I finished Out, and my thoughts, my feelings are pretty much the same. I don't even know if I talked about this book in this vlog, like what it's about. I don't think I did, because I think the only thing I filmed for this vlog was like my intro. And so this is set in Tokyo, and we're following like the POVs of 4 women who work in a factory of like packaged like pre-cooked meals, and we're also following POV of like 2 men. But out of these 4 women, also if I've said this before, sorry, I guess. Yeah, one of those 4 women, like they work the night shift, and one of them, like in one of the shifts in the beginning of the book, she tells the others that her husband hit her, and then like the following day she lets them know that like they had a big fight and she killed him, and she needs help dealing with the body, and so the others take care of the body. And there's also like a lot of violence in the area around the like their factory where they work. And yeah, basically we're seeing how they're dealing with like having dealt with a dead body, and also like how the other plot lines are connecting to that one, and seeing if they're gonna get away with it. And I liked it. I especially liked it in I liked the beginning more than like the end, I guess. I mean, the end itself was like, I liked how it ended, the actual end, but the lead up towards the end I didn't love as much. But in the beginning, like I was very intrigued, I was very interested, I was very curious to see how that was gonna unfold. And like I didn't particularly like any of the characters, which I felt like they were not like very likable on purpose. And sometimes that works for me, sometimes it doesn't, and in this case like it didn't completely. But there was one character, because she had like a kind of mysterious past as well, and I was also very intrigued about that. Like she was definitely my favorite, and I feel like she was kind of like the main character, even though like the 4 women were the main characters. I feel like that one was like more present, the story was like more about her. And like she was definitely my favorite. Her name was Masako, or I'm probably saying her name wrong, but it was Masako. And yeah, she was definitely my favorite, but she was also like not a good person, but out of all the characters in this book, she was definitely my favorite. I didn't really like the writing, and I don't know if it was, maybe I've said this. I mean, I've said this for sure, but I don't know if it was in this vlog. But I don't know if it was because it was translated or like specifically like translated into Portuguese, and everything sounds like way more awkward in Portuguese. So like maybe that was the case, and like that was the issue that I had with the writing, but I didn't love it. So yeah, I liked it. I definitely enjoyed it. Like it was a positive experience. I was invested. I was curious, and I definitely like wanted to keep reading it. It was very readable. So I definitely like enjoyed it. It was an overall good experience. And I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars because I did like it, but I didn't, you know, love it. But yeah, that was out. And then I started another book, which is The Gilded Ones, and I am 62% in. And this one is a fantasy, and it's the first book in a trilogy that I think is called The Death List or something like that. Let me just check real quick on Goodreads. Yeah, okay, not the Death List, it's just Death List. So yeah, I'm 62% in, and this one, like, I also was enjoying more in the beginning than I am, like, now. And in this one, we are following Deka, and she is, I think, 16, and, like, at the beginning of the book, she is waiting for her ritual of purity or purity ritual, something like that. And it's something that, like, all women go through when they turn 16 to see if they are, like, pure. Like they will determine that by the color of their blood, and if their blood is red, then they're pure, and if their blood is gold, they are not pure. And also there is like, she was already like in her town, she was definitely like discriminated for two reasons. Firstly, because there was someone like an aunt or a cousin or someone like in her family once that was not pure, and like people discriminate her family, like in her entire family, because of that. But also because her mom, like this, like she lived in the north and her mom was from the south, so like she was a stranger, an outsider, and like they don't know like where she came from or like her purity. And also like she had a darker skin than the rest of the people of her village town, so she was always discriminated. And she, obviously, when they get to the trial, she is not pure, not shocking at all. And they're also like, they're creatures, I think they're called death shrieks, that like are attacking people, and they specifically like get drawn to where there are like impure girls. And so they find out that Deka is not pure, her blood is gold. And so the people from the village, they like take her and they torture her, and like they cut her because they want her blood, because like it's actual gold. It's not just golden, it's actual gold. So they, keep torturing her to get her blood. And they actually kill her like 9 times, but she comes back to life because what she is, like, they are very hard to kill. And one day a woman appears that like wants to take her because there is like an army being built with like, people like her, and they are obviously like way stronger than regular pure humans, and so they will be an army to fight the Death Shrieks. But there was like one that attacked I think it was the day of her trial or something, and she could actually like control it, like she stopped it from attacking someone. So her, like, she has more power than the others like her. And yeah, we're following her as she goes into the place where they're training and all of that, and we're seeing that and seeing her interact with the others. And like some creature showed up now that I don't really know what it is. She doesn't know what it is. No one really seems to know where it is. But yeah, like in the beginning, I was very like curious. I was really liking it. I was very, I wanted to know more about the world and the magic, and it seemed like really cool, and I was really liking it. But now, like, I'm still liking it, but I'm liking it less, I guess. I'm not as excited about it. Honestly, like, I wanted to know more about the world and like the magic, but we're not learning that much. Also, there's like, I know what the romance is gonna be, I think, like who's gonna be with, and just like there's no build up really. Like they have barely interacted so far. Not that I like am a romance expert or that I even like romance, but it's not. And yeah, I'm liking it. But in the beginning, I was like way more excited about the book than I am now. But I still, again, it's still an overall positive experience. I still want to, read it. I still want to know what happens with Deika. But yeah, not loving it. Honestly, I was planning, like before it was 10:30 p.m., I was actually planning on trying to finish it tonight. But now I don't think that I will because I still have 40% to go, so that is very unlikely, but I would like to finish it tomorrow. And then I think I said that I want to start another thriller that is called Just Like Mother, and it's like a horror thriller. So yeah, I want to start that, but there's also another book that I want to start, and it's oh my god, things almost fell out of my table. It's the Invocations, because the other day I realized that out of my like anticipated releases, there are 12 that I still haven't read. And like one of them still hasn't come out, but the other 11 have. And I just haven't read them. And like they were my anticipated releases. Like I wanted to read them. I was waiting for them. And then I just didn't read most of them. So, and one of them is The Invocations. That was a buzz. Actually, this came out in January, which is just, ridiculous, the fact that I haven't read it. But there are 2 other books that came out in January and I haven't read, so shame on me. But, I didn't, like, get this book in January, but I've had it for months, so. And it's not like I even needed to own, like, the physical book to read it, so, Yeah, but this is, like, a fantasy horror that has, like, witches, I think, so I am very excited to also get into this book. And it's not long. It's 390 pages. So, that not that long. So, yeah, definitely want to get into it. I'm just sad that it's like not floppy at all. But it's really pretty, on the other hand, it's very pretty. So, I want to start this book as well. Yeah, I think that's it in terms of reading. I do own another one of my anticipated releases, which is The Mercy of Gods, that I got this week, like this Monday. But I saw that there is a novella, like book 1.5, coming out in the beginning of October, I think. So I want to wait and like read the 2 books close together, like I did with The Expanse. So I'm gonna wait for that, and I'm gonna read this instead. And I'm gonna try to kind of catch up on my anticipated releases, because obviously they were books I was excited about. But yeah, that's it in terms of reading. And I've been having classes, it's been going on for sure. Have I been having a good time? No, I have not. But I've been having a time. Definitely a time. And today, like I said, was chaotic, because I had like our group meeting was from 11 to 12. And then at 12, I was gonna start my shift at the biobank. But the meeting like was running late because it was the first meeting of the year. So like there was a lot to talk about. And 12:15 we were still there. 12:20 we were still there, and I was like, we need to go. And then like the colleague I was gonna be at the biobank with was like, but I don't want to like just get up in the middle of the meeting. But then like they started talking about the biobank, and I was like, well, on that note, we need to go. Can we leave? And my boss was like, yeah, sure, go. So we went. But then things at the biobank, like other than us were late, so it took forever. And then I was like also very late like for lunch, and then I was very late like for the things I had to do after lunch because we left the biobank at 1:40 and I had to be in the cell culture at 2. So, that was a very short lunch break. And then, I was going to the cell culture because I was going to thaw out some cells because not me, actually my supervisor like froze them like when I was on holiday because I left them there because she needed them for something, and then like she froze them when she didn't need them anymore. And so I was gonna, get the cells, and I went to the freezer looking for the box where I have my samples, and the box wasn't there. And like not only my box, but like a whole pile of boxes where mine wasn't there. It was just like an empty space. And I was like, interesting. Where the hell's my box? So I started looking, in the whole freezer, and I couldn't find them. But, when I'm at home and looking for something, I can never find anything. But then, like, I called my mom, and she finds it in a second. So I thought, maybe I'll call my supervisor, and she'll just find it in a second, like my mom does. So I called her, but she also didn't find it. And, like, we looked in the whole freezer, and it wasn't there. And she was like, well, just take some of my sales, because, like, my sales came from her anyway, and use them. And I was like, okay, but like we need to find the box eventually. But then I remembered I need samples from that box next Monday because I need to use proteins that were there. So guess what I'm gonna have to do tomorrow? Find the missing box. Super fun. Sounds like such a fun time. Anyway, moving on. I went to cell culture. I took care of the cells, hoping they will grow. I will check on them tomorrow maybe. And then I was gonna have to be back at the biobank at 3:30. And so I went to the biobank, and then there was one sample missing. So that also happened on Tuesday. Like we had to go downstairs to the area where they collect the samples, and like we got the sample, but they like made us like 20 minutes late, and I had to leave early because I had classes at 5. So like thankfully we didn't have like many samples, so I didn't feel like as bad leaving my colleague there alone. We only had like 4 samples, so it was okay. And then I left. I got to the place where I was gonna have classes, and then a colleague calls me, like another colleague, like, are you still at the biobank? And I was like, no, I left because I had classes, but like my other colleague is still there, like she was finishing up. And then when I hang up that call, my other colleague was like, I'm done, I'm out of the biobank, yay. I was like, well, I got a call. I don't know like what she wanted, but it was something about the biobank. Apparently like a random sample that was not even on the list appeared at 5 p.m. And like supposedly everything like closes, like the last person leaving that place where they get the samples and like doing a final round checking if anything's still there, like they do that at 4. So like how did a random sample appear at 5? That had never happened before, especially like a sample that was not on the list. So today was the day, and on top of all of that, I got my period, so I did all of that while in pain. So yeah, today was so fun. And then I had classes, which, was a time. So yeah, I am very, very tired. I have been talking for 18 minutes. Apparently, what the hell is wrong with me? Okay, I'm going to shut the hell up. I'm going to watch some YouTube, which is what I was doing before I had a call with my mom, like just before filming. I was watching YouTube, so I'm gonna watch some more. I am probably gonna read a bit of The Gilded Ones. Oh my god, okay, today is not my day. And yeah, I will talk to you probably like on Saturday, because I'm not gonna like go home this weekend. I'm gonna stay here because I have classes tomorrow like late, and would be late to catch a train. I don't know if I've said this before, like my brain is scrambled. But yeah, I just want to stay here and do nothing, like just exist, do nothing, read, hopefully. And yeah, I will probably talk to you on Saturday, and I'm going to shut up. Goodbye. Hello, it is Saturday and I do have reading updates because I actually did finish the Gilded Ones on Thursday, which was like my ambitious goal. I actually did that, and I also started the next book last night and got 38% in. And in terms of the Gilded Ones, I continue to like enjoy it but not love it. I did actually like the ending more than I expected, but before getting to the end, I was like a little bored, not like, very bored, but like just a little. And I did kind of guess the, plot twist, the reveal, not like 100%, but a big part of it, which like I don't mind that much. Like it's not like I needed this fantasy book to have like a crazy plot twist. So like I don't really mind it, but I do mind that I figured it out like as soon as I did, because like it was almost in the beginning of the book. So, there's that. But I did really like the beginning. Like I got very excited, very curious about the plot, about the world, about the magic, and like the creatures as well. And I also did really like the ending when we got to learn more about the magic and the creatures, but the middle was just okay. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give it like around 3.5 stars because I did enjoy it, but it's nothing like that I thought was, crazy good. But yeah, I did still enjoy it, and I think I do want to continue reading that series at some point, one day, eventually. And last night I did start Just Like Mother, and I got to 38%. And this one is a horror thriller, and we are following Maeve, and we get a prologue when she was a kid, and she was like in a cult. And then we fast forward to the present where she's like around 30. I'm not entirely sure how old she is, but I think in her 30s. And she when she like escaped that cult, we still don't know exactly like how she escaped and like how the cult was ended, but we know that she did escape. And like after she did, she lost contact with her cousin Andrea, who was also like in that cult. But they do like find each other in the beginning of the book, and they are like reconnecting, but they have like very different lives because like Andrea, she is part of a company that is like all about, fertility, and she and their husband and their friend husband are all like obsessed with, fertility and kids and having kids, and they judge anyone who doesn't want to have kids. Like Maeve, she doesn't want to have kids and she doesn't have kids. And so, yeah, they think that she is wrong for that. And yeah, they're like trying to reconnect, but they have like very different lives. And that company that Andrea is a part of, it also kind of feels like a cult, and definitely like already has a creepy vibe that I am enjoying. So yeah, I think we are gonna like start getting into the actual creepy horror thrillery part like now in the part that I'm gonna read hopefully today. So yeah, I'm enjoying it and I am definitely excited to continue. And yeah, it's around 4 p.m. and like I was fully expecting to wake up at like 12:30, 1 p.m., but my body decided to wake up at 10:30 for like no reason. And I did stay in bed for a little bit trying to fall back asleep, but I couldn't because I like wasn't sleepy at all. And yeah, I got up and then I did become sleepy at like 1 maybe. But maybe that was because like I literally like I got up from my bed, I got food, and I just sat down in this chair and like stayed in this chair for like a few hours. And so I was, getting sleepy. But then, I decided to get up, move. I showered and now I'm actually gonna go outside, and my goal this weekend was actually to like do nothing and just rot in here. But I mean, I do need to go grocery shopping because I need food. You know, it's not like I can not go. So yeah, I am gonna go to the grocery store, but I also am gonna go to two other shops because there are a couple of things that I want. And like the grocery store is literally like 5 minutes walking from my house, and the other shops are like 15-ish. And the things that I want are a notebook, because it's not like I have 1,000 notebooks already. And I also want earrings. So yeah, the two shops that I am thinking of for like those two things are really close to each other. And if I don't find what I want there, I'm just gonna give up, because I mean, I am willing to go outside, but not that much, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna go to those shops, and then I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and then I'm gonna come home, and sadly I have to make dinner, I guess. I hate cooking. I hate cooking with a burning passion. But I guess I have to, you know? So yeah, I will make dinner at some point. And then I want to get back into Just Like Mother, because I feel like it's gonna get pretty creepy, or at least I hope it's gonna get pretty creepy. And I still haven't started the invocations. Yeah, invocations. But also, I don't think I'm gonna start it tonight, because like if I finish this, it's already a victory in my eyes, because I just feel like, you know, watching YouTube and literally like do nothing. But I would like to start it tomorrow, hopefully, although I also have to edit a video. I just remembered. And I also have to clean my house, because my house is an absolute mess. But yeah, I would like to finish this and start this. And yeah, I think that's it. And I am gonna go. And I mean, I have to go soon, because if it's like past 5, or even if it's, you know, close to 5, I'm not getting out of the house. Because like 5 is a time to come home, not to leave. You know what I mean? So yeah, I need to get out soon, or I just won't. So yeah, I am gonna go, and I will probably talk to you on Monday, unless I have like anything that I like really need to tell you tomorrow. So yeah, probably I'll talk to you on Monday. Hello, it is Monday, and my allergies are back at it, attacking me, so that's super fun. And on Saturday, I did find everything that I wanted to buy, which was this notebook. Can you even see that? I don't know. And the earrings are here. There's one missing, which is here. And I also bought something that I like, it was not on my list, and that was like hair clips, because I saw them in the same shop where I got the notebook, and they were like a pack of 2, and it was this one and like the same thing but in black, because like I did own 2 hair clips, but one of them I didn't really like because it kind of hurt me. So basically, like I had one, and I kept like taking it to like work and back, and I like wanted to have one just at the lab, so I took the black one there today, and it's gonna stay there. And now my other hair clip, the one that I usually use here at home, and it will stay here, because sometimes like I would forget it here, and then like I would need a hair clip in the lab and I wouldn't have one, or I would forget there and then I wouldn't have the hair clip here. So now I have 3, but mainly we'll use 2. But yeah, that's that was Saturday. And then Sunday actually was not what I was expecting, because I think I said that I wanted to just like do nothing and stay home. But my parents actually decided to come have lunch here. So they came to visit and we had lunch, and then we were like, walking around, and I only got home at 7, and I had such a bad headache. And now in hindsight, I'm pretty sure that was like from my allergies, like sinusitis headache. Now that like I know my allergies are really bad, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But at the time I was like, I have a headache and I felt terrible. Also, this light is so white. Let me get like I don't know if it's gonna get worse or better. Okay, that is actually better. That was bothering me. It was kind of like blinding me, and also it looked very white. But I also got a book on Sunday while I was out with my parents, and it was Where Sleeping Girls Lie, which is actually one of my anticipated releases that you guys know I want to get to. And yeah, now that I have the physical copy, maybe it will motivate me to read like faster. So yeah, very excited about this. Also, it's much longer than I was expecting. This is 563 pages. That is a long ass thriller. But I'm excited, and I do love the cover. It's really beautiful and also like really kind of spooky at the same time. So yeah, loving it. And so yeah, I didn't read as much as I was expecting, because I was expecting to just be home all day on Sunday, and I was barely home at all on Sunday. But I did finish Just Like Mother, and I did start the Evocations, but I only got 52 pages in. And with Just Like Mother, I definitely enjoyed it. Like, it definitely had like the creepy cultish vibe that I was expecting. Also, like, it had a like fever dream like feel to it, which again was what I was wanting and expecting from that book. So I definitely enjoyed it. And as someone who doesn't want to have children, that book was terrifying. But the issue that I had was like the ending. Like, one thing about the ending I really loved, and then another thing about the ending I really didn't love. So I am kind of confused on what to rate it, because like up until we got there I was thinking like 4 stars, but now I don't know if I still feel 4 stars about it, because yeah, there was something about it that I didn't really love. So might be 3.5, not entirely sure, but I did definitely enjoy it. Like, I did definitely like that book. And yeah, definitely very creepy and very like fever dream like. It kind of reminded me of like Mona Awad books. More Rouge than Bunny. Those were the only two I've read from her, I think. And it definitely had more of a like Rouge kind of vibe, which I did really enjoy. And yeah, definitely very like creepy and like uncomfortable. It made you feel like uncomfortable and unsettled, which was what I wanted. And the Evocation. So I'm only 52 pages in. I got to chapter 5, and I'm obsessed with this book already. Like, this is fantasy horror, and we are following 3 characters, 3 girls. And actually, like, I know more from the synopsis than what has already happened, but we are following 3 girls, and they are Emmer, Jude, and Zara. And Emmer is a witch, and this hasn't happened yet, but I know from the synopsis that like her clients are gonna start like mysteriously all dying. And then we have Jude, and she is like, she's cursed. Her soul, like, there is a demon like attached to her, and it is like kind of killing her soul. Like, she is decaying basically, and she wants to find a way to fix it. She wants to find a witch to fix her issue. And then we have Zara, whose sister died, and she wants basically to bring her sister back to life. And she is like learning about, magic and the occult and all that. And these 3 girls, like, their lives are gonna intertwined, obviously. And yeah, I'm very like in the beginning, but I am already obsessed. Like I am loving the creepy, witchy vibes, and I'm loving the writing because it's kind of funny and kind of creepy and kind of disgusting at the same time. And it's really working for me. Like very in the beginning, so I don't know how the rest of it's gonna go, but for now, I am absolutely obsessed. And like here in the back, it says contains body horror, which absolutely love horror books with body horror and murder and violent scenes. So definitely sounds like a fun time, and yeah, definitely loving it. I don't know why I've been putting it off since January, but we're finally reading it, finally here, and I am definitely having a great time. But yeah, that is what I read, and that is what happened. And to wrap this up, I finished reading Out, which is still here. Finished reading this, started reading this, and I read The Gilded Ones, and I read Just Like Mother, and that was 981 pages, which is the most I've read in so long. So I am very happy, especially because like last week was so like full of things to do, so chaotic. And I think I said in the beginning of the video that I didn't even know if I was gonna have like enough content and if I would like read enough to have just a 1 week vlog. And the fact that I read almost 1,000 pages, I am very happy with that. So yeah, that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!